Guys, we're back for another quick video, and this video is all about how to find a designer for your freelance print on demand business with Merch by Amazon, KDP, or maybe you're selling on Shopify, whatever platform. This is a great resource for actually finding a designer to get started, and this is a really easy way to do it. If you guys watch the video till the end, I'm going to talk about the exact hiring template that I use to post on sites like Upwork and onlinejobs.ph to actually entice the right people in to apply for my job, and then find the designer that I've ultimately used over the last year to create some winning designs for my Merch by Amazon and print on demand business. So before we get into that, make sure you guys check the description below for any of the relevant links and content, and obviously hit the subscribe button if you guys want to learn more about e-commerce, print on demand, and how I make some money on the side of my full-time job selling products online. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Now, before I show you guys where I post my job listing to actually find designers, just wanted to go over a few of the benefits and then what you need to do before hiring a designer. So the benefits, you know, obviously there's the piece that if you guys don't do design work like myself, I'm horrible at design. I can mess around in Illustrator or Canva. You know, you're outsourcing your weakness, right? So you're saving your time. Instead of me spending an hour or two actually creating designs, you know, we're hiring someone who has that expertise to go ahead and create it. And my time is valuable, and I want to use it on the things that I'm already good at so that I can actually maximize my efforts and hopefully produce more income or produce better results. So the first one is you're outsourcing your weaknesses to someone who actually knows what they're doing. Now, some of you guys might be good at design, but the other benefits here apply to you and if you're not good at design, right? So the second kind of main benefit here is that having a designer, especially if they're in a different time zone, for example, mine's in the Philippines, is that designer is actually able to allow you to have some more flexibility with your business. So for example, if I need something done and I need it done by tomorrow, whether it's for my print on demand business or maybe I'm helping a client, a freelance client out, I can provide the scope of that project to my designer who's in the Philippines. They're going to work on it while I'm sleeping, and I wake up and I'm able to give that project or that result to the client, or if I need it for my own business to actually utilize the project that my designer has already completed. So the really nice thing is that it allows you to have some more flexibility with your business as well. And finally, kind of my favorite thing with hiring a designer is that you get to take advantage of leveraging currency differences in different countries and different living expenses. So for example, my designer in the Philippines, I'm paying him roughly $1.50 to $3 per t-shirt design. Now, if you took that and gave it to someone in the US, that's a fairly low amount to pay someone here because we have a much higher cost of living. But someone over in the Philippines, for example, their cost of living is much lower in relation to the US. So they're still getting a very fair wage for the work that they're doing. But we're able to actually save some money here by outsourcing. And, you know, this is a strategy that we've heard about plenty of times before. Pretty much every major company in the US does this. They do it for a reason, right? It's less expensive, and that way they can actually utilize capital and create a leaner business and reinvest their money into the business to actually grow it and become more effective. So what to do before you actually go hire, and this is going to lead us right into actually getting onto these different websites here and showing you guys the strategies that I use. But number one is you need to determine your budget. How much money do you have to spend on this? Do you have $50? Do you have $100? Do you want to test something out and do $500 or more? That's important for you guys to know because we want to figure out how much we're going to pay our designer. I'm going to kind of give you guys my guidelines, but it's good to have that written down. You know, when I was just getting started, I only had about $150 to actually get started with design work, and that's what I went off, right? That's going to help you determine the second thing we need to know, which is the scope of the project. How many designs are we going to ask for or want to get done, right? If our budget's $150, we're paying $10 a design, for example, on the high side, then we only are able to get 15 designs done. So is that going to be enough to get what we want done actually completed, right? So we need to figure out how many designs we want, what we're actually expecting to get. That's going to help us. And the final one, and the one I'm going to help you guys with, is create a job template, right? There's tons of people on the internet that are posting jobs, and we want to make sure that we are attracting the right candidates, because there's also a lot of low-level candidates who they will do a horrible job, and that's not going to help us. We're going to have all kinds of problems down the road. So I'm going to show you guys the exact template I used, and hopefully that's going to help you guys out. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. So what I want to show you guys is kind of the first place I start, and that's over on Fiverr. And again, I'll put links to all these down below, but I just typed in a simple search result here, t-shirt. Now, I like Fiverr specifically if you guys are planning to only get, maybe 5 or 10 designs done. You don't necessarily want someone long term. This is like you just want to test Merch by Amazon out. You're in tier 10 and you just need 10 designs, right? Fiverr is a great place to get started with that because you can do a really easy, low budget project here. Now, what I wanted to point out to you guys is you'll notice a lot of sellers on here and they have very, very crazy price ranges, right? So we see on this this first page of results. Well, first of all, there's over 5,000 t-shirt related results, right? We can drill into this. I'm sure you could search t-shirt Merch by Amazon. You're going to find some better stuff here, but this person is starting at $5, right? Now, and then we over here see that this person is starting at $95. So they do different things. Now, this guy, for example, will make a basic t-shirt. This guy will make a t-shirt and descriptions and all of that stuff. So you guys can see you really want to spend some time with this to actually find them. But if you're just looking for a few designs, some one-off designs, my recommendation is you start on Fiverr. You're not going to develop necessarily a long-term, relationship with a good designer here. But you could, but more or less, this is just for people who are trying to get something done quick. They have, a limited budget. They just want to test out this business model. I would highly suggest Fiverr, okay? Now, the second and third resource I'm going to tell you guys about are where I went immediately. So I actually did not do anything on Fiverr. I wanted to hire someone long-term because I knew I was serious about this business. So I started my search on Upwork and on onlinejobs.ph. Now, both of these are very similar. Upwork and onlinejobs.ph are more for creating, I would say, projects where you hope to find a freelance designer who you're going to stick with for a longer term. The only big difference is that onlinejobs.ph is specifically for Filipino-based workers. So the reason that the Philippines is a great place to hire people is because they all speak English. They're generally speaking, there's a lot of very, very skilled people over there, and it's a lot cheaper to hire someone. So onlinejobs.ph, I just wanted to bring up because people don't talk about this resource as much. Now, I will tell you that on Upwork, it's free to actually go ahead and create a job listing. On onlinejobs.ph, there is some pricing. I think it actually does cost. Let me check. I want to say, okay, so you can do three job posts for free, and you don't get to do. It looks like you can't contact workers. You can at least see the job applications, but you're pretty much gonna want to at some point upgrade to the pro membership. That is $69 a month, so there is a little bit of a price there as well. So that's something to consider for you guys. But you can post a job here and then see that you're getting applications, and if you find that you're getting a ton of feedback here and a ton of applications, then you can go ahead and upgrade and hire someone with the pro and then cancel that account. So that's exactly what I did on here. I didn't end up hiring my designer off of onlinejobs.ph. I found them on Upwork, but onlinejobs.ph, I created one job listing and it got me, I want to say 30 or 40 applicants within 24 hours. So I did want to bring that one up for you guys as well. But my favorite place by far is definitely Upwork. This is where I posted my job listing, and within 24 hours, I got, I want to say 50 or 60 applicants. Obviously, we weeded a lot of those people out, so we didn't pick all of them, but those are kind of my favorite marketplaces to actually find and hire designers. And now we're kind of getting towards the end of the video, so I just wanted to show you guys the actual template that I used. And this is going to be available over on my website, skipwithben.com, but I will put a link to it down below in the description. So I actually made this available. It used to be in our Facebook group, but it's moved over here now. And so if you scroll down here to the bottom, you're able to just download this template. Right down here. Now this template is the exact wording. I literally copied the old one that I had and just put it in this nice PDF. So to go over it really quick, right? Our business is looking for the right graphic designer to produce hundreds and potentially thousands of high quality t-shirt designs. Most of the designs will consist primarily of text, but some may also require full graphic designs as well. So we want to make sure that the person who's applying can do basic shirts, but we also want to make sure that, they're able to do some more intense shirts as well. So with full graphic designs, that's why I put that right in the beginning. I don't want anyone who is only able to do like text-based designs, because most likely your business is going to need to do, some more intense graphic design work. So that's why we clarify that in there. When we begin, I will provide the niches and topics for you to produce an original graphic design. If you're interested in coming up with some t-shirt topics or designs yourself, then please also mention this. The goal is to allow you freedom to work on future designs in a fairly hands-off environment. There's a potential for a long-term working arrangement. The big thing I want to point out there is I like to mention that there's potential for a long-term working arrangement because that entices a lot of the freelancers on Upwork and onlinejobs.ph to come in with that mindset of, hey, if I do a good job up front with these first few designs, there's a good chance that this guy or gal is going to bring me on and hopefully keep me longer term. And you know, as someone who's doing freelance work full time, that's a really big plus for them. Now they have, you know, a solid client that's going to, you know, hopefully give them some more stability. So that's the first page. What the job entails, right? Experienced designer needed at $5 per design and less, $1 to $3 per design for bulk orders. For this role, I am interested in doing bulk orders at a discounted rate after we have established our working relationship. Now, the reason that we start with $5 per design is because we want to entice higher end designers in. If we just start and say, hey, we're only going to do $2 per design or $3 per design right off the bat, then we are filtering out kind of those higher end designers who might see that and say, you know, that's too low for me. I need to see at least $5. So by offering $5 for those first original design work that we do with them, we're much more likely to still kind of get these candidates that are, you know, of a higher level to actually apply for this role. Okay. To start, I will provide guidelines for 5 to 10 designs. I will ask you to complete these in a timely manner based on the quality of work and ability to follow provided guidelines for this initial batch. We will open up discussion to work on larger bulk orders. All designs must be your own original artwork. Please send me 3 to 5 t-shirt designs that you have created for clients in the past to be considered for this role. And then we just list out at the very end over here, you know, any designs, images, or fonts that infringe on IP or copyright will not be accepted. A great candidate must have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Google Sheets experience. And that's all important stuff because we, you know, obviously we want to make sure that the people applying have the basics, but Google Sheets I also like to throw in there because that's also where I work with my designers and we kind of work off of Google Sheets to make sure that they have the information they need and I have the information I need to complete the designs, etc. So, with that being said, guys, again, this is going to be available on my website for download. So if you guys want to use this, you can literally download this document, copy and paste this stuff. And this is the exact same thing that I actually posted when I went on Upwork and created my job posting, you know, over a year ago. And that's got the same designer that I've worked with over the last year and a half who's, you know, helped me grow and scale my businesses. So I hope that was a helpful video for you guys, just to give you some ideas on how to actually find and hire designers. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys do for hiring designers. If you have a team or if you're just using one designer, I'm curious to find that out because I've kind of been contemplating expanding my business a little bit here as well. So, and of course, check the description below for links to the designer template and all these other resources, and hit the subscribe button if you guys want to continue learning more about e-commerce, print on demand, and more. So that being said, guys, we'll see you at the next video. Cheers.